So, I want to give an update on my job situation, and I think that I'm gonna now be working at Walmart, and I have to pass a background check. Hopefully, that goes alright. But I'm supposed to contact them on Monday and go from there. So I think as long as I pass the background check, then I'll have the job, and I'll be doing what they call Cap 2, which is kind of like a second shift, 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. Um, basically unloading the truck and stocking. So this is really interesting. So for the last couple of months, I've been through a lot, moving from, well, getting a new job and then moving from one apartment to another, and then hitting the deer and wrecking my car, and then getting, and then quitting that job, and then finding another job, and then quitting that job, and now possibly working at Walmart. So, worked at Timewell with the drain pipes, did that for a little while, but the third shift killed me, and among other things. And after I hit the deer, my aunt let me borrow her vehicle, and it just really that was kind of the beginning of a downfall for that job, and I disliked the drive from then on at night with all the deer out there. And anyway, certain things led to me leaving that job. Well, I found a new job like instantly through a temp service, and well, I worked both jobs through a temp service, but never really a big fan of temp services. But this other temp service, this job was going to be closer, and it was going to be first shift, and it all sounded great, but the pay was less, and not a whole lot more than what I was making at my gas station job. And so I thought, well, maybe the work's easier, so the pay isn't so bad. Well, I went there one day and did it, and they're basically making like dumpsters and stuff, and she said that kind of like what I was told during the orientation was a little bit different than things that she told me too. So with these jobs, you sign up for them, and it's like you don't really know what to expect if you don't already know ahead of time about the place. Then whatever little bit they tell you, sometimes isn't even right. But she said they're like repairing dumpsters and stuff, but they pretty much make the dumpsters, I guess, like from scratch. So it's a lot of working with metal, and some parts of the job was easy and some parts not so much. It's a lot of, heavy metal lifting, and it's sharp, it's dangerous, and it's dirty. All the metal's like covered in oil. You get covered in oil, and your clothes are all filthy. As soon as you walked into the place, it's like you can smell it, and it's like you're breathing in the oil in the place. It's a really dirty place. So I did it the first day, and everything kind of seemed okay. There were some things I didn't like, but then the second day, and even during the first day, it was kind of like soul crushing. I was like, man, I don't know, how long I can do this. And the second day, it was like I'm just thinking, I had to do some harder lifting and stuff for longer periods, and I was thinking like, I could be making the same amount of money working at a grocery store or something, doing a lot less work, like physically, and be cleaner and not have all my clothes ruined and everything, and not as dangerous. And so I was like, I left, so I was done with that job. And So I applied a lot of other places, and now it looks like I'll be headed to Walmart, which is interesting. And I'm happy because I've had interviews at multiple other Walmarts and I never got hired. And, usually in the interviews, they ask a lot of questions. And at this one, they didn't really. It was pretty much like they kind of handed me the job. They just asked about my previous work experience, like, and when I'm available, and like they just wanted to get me on there basically. So, but the lady who interviewed me was really nice, and she asked if I had any questions for her. So I asked her, what's the best thing about working at Walmart for you? And she told me about all the benefits that they have. And they have like this MyShare program, which I don't totally understand everything, but she said basically like if the store meets its profits, like the company meets its profits or whatever, then like all the employees get part of the share. Like she said not that long ago they got like $1,000 bonus, like basically from it. Um, so that's pretty cool. Can't complain about that, I guess. This job could have some physicality to it too. I understand that, but I think I'll be more comfortable with it. I think it's something that I'll be able to relate to more, that I'll be able to understand more. It'll be lifting boxes and grocery items and organizing them or whatever, stocking them. I think that I can have a little bit more experience with that, and kind of from my gas station job, and then also just from being in Walmart a lot and shopping and stuff, kind of have an idea of how things work. But it'll still be a new experience and a lot to learn. I think it's crazy that Walmart gives 1 hour lunch breaks, which is kind of new to me. But a lot of people say they like it, so but yeah, finally actually getting hired on is an accomplishment to me, since other Walmarts never hired me. And I like that this Walmart's pretty small. It's not really like a big super Walmart that has like an automotive and everything. It's a lot smaller. And actually right now, because of the virus, they're closing at 8:30. So when I work 2 to 11, the last few hours of my job, like there won't even be any customers in the store because they'll be closed. And it's not a 24-hour store, so even when they go back to the regular hours, they'll be closing at like 10 or 11, or whatever they close, I don't know. Or later, I don't know when they close, but anyway, it'll be kind of like a second shift, which kind of takes away your social life, but since we've got social distancing and we're not supposed to really be out doing anything now, I guess it doesn't really matter. So I'm just glad that I won't be going into work completely tired. There's no way that I can do third shift here because they don't have that. So I don't know if this will be, turn into a career or anything. I guess it could in some ways, but I don't really expect that. But I don't know what to expect. If I'm comfortable and I like it and the money's working out for me, then who knows? But I have applied at other factories and stuff that pay a lot more, and if I get a call from them, I don't know if I'm gonna jump over or not. So I guess it depends on how much I'm liking this job at the time. I know there will always be higher paying jobs available in the future. But, my cousin works at the window factory, and he said they're expanding right now, and they were taking applications again. I've applied there, and he said a lot of people are calling in and stuff because of the virus, and they're having trouble keeping lines open. So I don't know if they're gonna start taking applications and calling people. Then I don't know. It might be stupid to turn that down when it pays a lot better and it's kind of like a better career. But right now I kind of want something that I could be comfortable with, and Walmart might be the answer to that. So I've just been kind of searching, I guess, to find out what I want to do. So I've been grateful for these opportunities, but not every opportunity has to be, the final one. So I've heard that a lot of people don't like the metal fabrication place that I was at. So I don't feel so bad about that for leaving that one. But I'd like to talk more about that job too, like the specifics about it, things I liked and what I didn't like, and just from only working there for a day mostly, but I did learn new stuff. So that's probably long enough for now, but we'll see what happens.